Hello everyone, my name is Chris Brown and I'm the Assistant Library Director at the Pella Public Library and also the Project Director for the Pella Community Memory Database. Today I'm going to briefly take you through the steps to volunteer with the project via crowdsourcing, or in other words, to volunteer on the project from anywhere with an internet connection, without having to come into the library. If you haven't already, please pause this video now and read the crowdsourcing webpage for this project located at www.cityofpella.com/612. There you'll find the information on how to register as a crowdsourcing volunteer, as well as find a list of links that you'll need to be successful with this project. If you were previously a crowdsourcing volunteer on this project in 2019 and early 2020, please note that we've changed and improved most of our volunteer systems since that time. We no longer use Google products as we did previously in order to create a more streamlined experience for our volunteers. If you're ready to begin, let's get started. There are four major types of crowdsourcing tasks that volunteers can complete: description improvements, identification of unidentified photos and documents, transcription, and translation. We'll address each of these in turn. Throughout all of this, you'll want to use the tabs in your web browser in order to quickly switch from the crowdsourcing landing page to the Pella Community Memory Database page to the Improvement Report form. The easiest way to set this up is to open the crowdsourcing page at www.cityofpella.com/612, then click the link at the bottom to open up the Pella Community Memory Database. In a new tab, click the Other tab to return to the crowdsourcing page, and then click the top link to open the Pella Community Memory Database Improvement Report. If you're working on improving item descriptions in the Pella Community Memory Database, you can pretty much work in whatever collection you want to. Collections are simply logical groups of items in the database. For example, all of the Pella businessmen photographs are located in one collection. Or, if you prefer, you can do a search for your favorite person or topic and work down through the results list, improving the information as you go. Any part of the description below the document is fair game. You can make suggestions to improve or include additional names or topics, or write an enhanced description. The choice is yours, and we would appreciate all of your efforts. To report a change, take a note of the content DM number of the item that's located at the bottom of the description. The content DM number of this item is 5114. Switch over to the report form and enter that number at the top. Select from the drop-down menu that you're working on a description improvement. Enter the text of the description change that you're making. Then enter your volunteer ID number. That's emailed to you when you register to be a crowdsourcing volunteer. And then if you'd like to receive an email copy of this form, you can enter your email address here and check the box. Then simply click Submit. You'll receive a confirmation page that will tell you that your form has been submitted, the information's been submitted, and if you'd like to reset the form and enter another correction, you can simply click the link to take you back to the form. To identify unidentified photographs or documents in the Pella Community Memory Database, you'll want to go back to the crowdsourcing page, but this time you're going to click on the link that says List of Items marked unidentified. This is going to automatically do an advanced search in the Pella Community Memory Database to make sure that what you're looking at, all of these photographs and all of these documents, are unidentified. There's something about them that we don't know, and we're hoping that you can help us figure out the missing information on these photographs. So for example, here's a photograph of 3 unidentified men. So you'll need to read down through the description to figure out what exactly is missing. In this case, we don't know the names of any of the 3 men. And then change back over to your improvement report form. You'll put in the content DM number of this item. This is just an example. As before, the content DM number is located at the bottom of the description on the item. You'll say that it's a photo and document identification report. You will enter what you can identify about the item. You don't have to identify everything. Any little bit will help us. Then put in your volunteer ID number. Again, select if you want to receive an email, and then click Submit. The third type of crowdsourcing volunteer work that we have available is transcription. And transcription is reading handwritten documents and then typing them up so that they can be indexed by a computer so that they can be searched in the search box in the Pella Community Memory Database. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to search transcribed items. So what you're going to search items to be transcribed, I should say. So what you're going to need to do is simply go to the Pella Community Memory Database main page and search for things that likely need transcription. For example, you might search letters. And there you'll find some typewritten letters, but also some handwritten letters that need to be transcribed. So what you'll do is click on a letter to be transcribed. You'll read the letter, and then in a word processor such as Microsoft Word or Notepad, you'll actually type this out, and then you will submit it to us using a process I'll show you in just a moment. When you look at these documents, you look down in the description, you may see that a transcription already exists. So you have 2 options here. If you think the transcription is a good one, you can simply go on to another document and try to transcribe that one. If you feel like the transcription is not good and it needs improvement, you can actually retranscribe this and submit it as an improvement. That choice is up to you. But once this is transcribed, it will be searchable in the database. So what you would do to submit a transcription is you would go back to the report form. You'd enter the content DM number of the item. You'd select transcription report. If you'd like to just paste the free text of the transcription in here, you can do that. Or down here, you can select the Choose File button, and you can actually upload the transcription file that you've written. So if you've written a Microsoft Word document with the transcription in it, you can actually upload that to us so you don't have to paste everything into this box. Enter your volunteer ID number. It's going to make me put something in here. Add an email if you want to receive a confirmation, and then click Submit. For translations, as opposed to transcriptions, there are 2 major differences. When you're doing a translation, you want to go back to the crowdsourcing page, and you want to click List of items in the Dutch language. That's going to do an advanced search in the database, and it's going to only pull things that are written in Dutch, so you won't spend your time looking through things that are written in English. And the second thing you're going to do is you'll want to select translation instead of transcription when you're submitting the form. So in this case, instead of transcription, we're going to select translation report, just so we can file it correctly and we know which one is which. You may discover that a particular document you're working with in the database would benefit from having both a Dutch transcription and an English translation, and we would love to have both of those. So if you want to submit 2 reports for an item, if you want to submit one that is the English translation and another one that is a transcription of the Dutch, simply submit 2 reports, one for transcription and one for translation, and we would appreciate having both of those. So really that's it. Volunteering with the Pella Community Memory Database from the comfort of your home or office really is that simple. We appreciate all of our volunteers and the work you're putting forward to make sure this project is the best it can possibly be. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at cbrown@cityofpella.com or call 641-628-4268, and I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Have a great day.